Good evening all. I am Dr. Sudhakar Naik, an IRS officer of 2014 batch. I got selected in 2013 civil services examination, and I am presently posted in Hyderabad as Deputy Director of Income Tax Investigation. So my job profile is to do raids, that is income tax search and seizures, and in the last 1 year I have been involved in many search and seizures carried out by Hyderabad investigation wing. So this is my job profile. The purpose of my coming to you is my friend Mr. Vishnu Pogakula told me to give a strategy for next 45 days. So I just want to share my experience how I used to clear exam, because every time I got selected in my third attempt, and I wrote prelims 4 times, and in every prelims I got selected, and I was scoring good in my general studies, because I was not good at CSAT, not at all, because I am not from maths background or commerce background. So as far as general studies, I will be dealing more about this in general studies only, because CSAT is only qualifying in nature, and most of you are thorough how to crack it, how to clear, how to qualify that exam. So as far as general studies is concerned, there are core subjects and there is a current affair part. So UPSC every time it alters, like it does not, UPSC is not consistent in taking how many questions from current affairs and how many from core areas. So it will be we have to leave it to UPSC only, but we have to focus on both areas. First thing is core areas. In core areas we have history, economy, geography, polity, science and technology, environment, and culture, other aspects. So while preparing core areas, we have to now, by this time I hope all of you have studied your core areas at least 2 times, if not 2 times, at least 1 time. So this is the phase where you have to consolidate your earlier reading. How to consolidate our earlier reading on these core areas? First thing is we have to go back to questions. What were the questions asked on the particular topic? There are many question banks available in the market, which we call solved question banks. Previously asked questions, solved question banks. We have many such in market in the name of Wizard, ALS, and all these things. So you first take that previously solved question bank, and in that question bank you will have topic wise solved questions. Like suppose I am reading, if I want to read fundamental rights, in that question bank there will be a topic called fundamental right, and that there will be questions. What were the earlier questions asked in this topic, and what was how this from where it was picked up, and how we have to solve them. So once we go through these previous questions which were asked in UPSC examination, exactly in your civil services prelims only, we will know what is being asked in this core subject or on this core topic of fundamental rights, for example. So once we know what was asked in fundamental rights, now we go back to our fundamental right topic again, and we get clarity over the subject. Fundamental rights questions will be mostly conceptual. They will never ask any factual question. What is the article number 21 which deals about right to life and liberty? All these things factual they will not ask. So they are all conceptual based. So what you can do is you first revise the previous questions. What were the questions asked in the topic? Come back to the topic. You read it. Make factual notes in the topic, because you don't need to come back to this subject before 4 or 5 days of prelims, because you need to know the facts also. Some questions are factuals also. So while revising, you make note of facts, and also revise the topic, and after that you practice some mock questions again if you have time. Otherwise you can just leave it. You know that what is being asked in this topic and how I have to prepare this topic. So in this way, every core subject, every topic has to be prepared with the previous questions. What was asked in that in this topic, and how I have to prepare now, so that you will know what is being asked, and you will know what is being asked is there already in what you have already studied. So there is no need to change the books now also. So this is how we have to prepare core subjects, and in this way we have to complete all the core subjects: history, There is a standard book which is I studied only Spectrum that time, and Bipan Chandra for only mains, not for prelims. And culture topic I used to study only Sinaya notes. And for history, for geography, I studied only NCERT books and some notes by D.B. Kumar sir. He gives very good notes on geography and these things. If you have not studied or if you are not in touch with D.B. Kumar, please don't follow now, because it will be difficult to follow now. And for polity, I studied only Lakshmikant, nothing else. And for economy, I followed only NCERT book, which has all concepts. And in economy, questions will be more of conceptual based. So you have to be thorough with the concepts. And in your exam, these concepts will be asked in a application part. So what is inflation and how inflation affects and how inflation can be controlled? You have to know it conceptually, so that there will be one application question on inflation. So in this way, economy is easy to prepare and very less subject in economy. They will not be asking many factual questions in economy. There will be more conceptual questions only. And as far as science and technology and environment is concerned, you follow one standard source, whether NIOS or NCERT books or some notes by faculty, which you already studied. So my advice to you is, whatever you have studied, you stick to that only. Don't jump to another book now. Only revise that book, because UPSC does not have any standard book to ask, but they will definitely take questions from NCERT or some CBSE books only, and they will be asking questions on concepts. So be clear with the concepts, and that's it. So at this juncture, market will be flooded with many notes. This note, that note, this note, Iska note hai, Vajiram note, this note. All these notes will be coming into market, and you will be lured to buy them, because you feel that Vajiram might be better than what I have already studied. But Vajiram will also prepare his notes based on these notes only. So no need to change your books now. Only follow whatever you have studied. That's it. And this is how we have to prepare for core areas. And as far as current affairs is concerned, current affairs till May 1st, you follow current affairs in newspaper, whatever you are following. After that, you just have a glance of newspaper and don't focus much on current affairs. So whatever you followed, you follow it. If you are following some online website, you follow it only, that's it. And you don't need to spend much time on this. Already whatever you have studied, that is good enough. And this is only with regard to current affairs. Current affairs will have only 10 to 15% of the questions in exam, even if in sometimes they won't ask any current affairs at all. So this is with regard to current affairs. And one more important area is you have to take mock tests, because of lockdown you are not having any real-time tests in centers. I feel. So what you have to do is you have to simulate. You have to practice simulated mock test, as if you are writing a prelims examination in civil service. Prelims exam only. So in that way, if exam is for 2 hours, you stick to 2 hours. You practice the main. There are many mock tests available in market now. Many online coaching centers are also providing mock tests. You practice at least weekly 2 mock tests for entire subject. Entire GS has to be taken in mock tests, and first subject wise, and next last 4 weeks you prepare entire subject mock test. So giving mock test is very important to attempt how many questions you can attempt, and during if you practice more mock tests, you will know how to attempt the exam, because during examination you will have 4 types of questions. One you definitely know, one you know somewhat, one you know you have to apply your concept, and another one is you definitely do not know anything about this. So where you know, definitely you attempt it first. Where you know 50% or 70% of that question out of 4 options, definitely 2 options will not be related to that questions, and only 2 options will be related to that. Within that 2 options also, there will be some clues or some concepts within your mind, which will help you to clear within that 50 to 100. So if you know at least 75% that question is true, that option is true, you attempt it. Otherwise you leave it. If you are 50-50, better leave it. Only when you are 75% sure that this option is correct, you attempt it. So this is second category. So third is where you have to apply your concepts. So in this question, you have to think about your concepts and make sure that your concept and the question which is asked is matching. So if that is right, then you attempt that question also. And where there will be fourth category questions which are where you definitely know this is not the right, you definitely know I don't know about this question anything. So better leave it. Don't come back to this question at all. Just mark it with a small ink mark that this question I am not going to come back again. So this is general studies, because general studies is the main topic. And as far as our CSAT is concerned, I feel you take your own call, because how much good you are, how much if you are not good at maths and commerce and you are not thorough with some this kind of tests, you practice it more. Otherwise, your simple preparation is good enough. So with this, I wish you all the best. Thank you all, and thank you Vishnu for giving me this opportunity to address all of your students.